Today we'll be going over a beta for an upcoming PlayStation 4 free-to-play game. The game looks pretty solid, and I think this is one to keep your eyes on. Also, we've all been very excited for the upcoming God of War game. It seems like new news is coming out on that game every day, and there's an extensive Q&A over at the PlayStation blog, so we'll take a little bit of a look into that, and we'll leave a link to the full interview in the description box down below, but that gives a lot of insight and backstory to the game, so you'll definitely want to hear about that. And finally, we'll take a look at some awesome PlayStation 4 game deals available right now on very recent releases, so we'll take a look at those at the end of this video. First, let's talk a little bit about free-to-play games. It doesn't get much better than free. You have no risk on trying these games out, and the PlayStation 4 has become a solid hub for a lot of great free-to-play games. We have titles like Warframe, Fortnite, and another upcoming anticipated free-to-play game is Defiance 2050. Defiance was a game that was released on last generation platforms, and it didn't gain much traction, but the game itself was actually pretty decent. Defiance 2050 is recreating the original game from the ground up, and it looks to be a completely new experience with a lot of elements carried over from the last title. It is going to be a free-to-play title. However, for those of you that don't want to wait too long for the official game to be released, there is an upcoming closed beta that you can sign up for. The official post states this: Tryon Worlds is excited to formally reveal the dates for the upcoming closed beta test for Defiance 2050. It's open-world sci-fi shooter launching this summer on PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and PC. The test will run in April across all three platforms. The PlayStation 4 closed beta test will be available in North America for this event. The Defiance 2050 closed beta test will run the weekend of April 20th to the 22nd, and in the beta, players will be able to play through the Defiance 2050 experience up to level 25, as well as explore the areas of Mount Tam and Madeira. The closed beta will offer up exciting story-based missions, as well as give players a taste of the large-scale epic battles that they can expect when Defiance 2050 launches later this summer. Getting players into the game as soon as possible is hugely important for us. We are creating Defiance 2050 with player feedback in mind, so this beta test is going to be essential for getting information from Defiance fans on where they would like to see us improve and where they'd like to see us take the game. We'll leave a link in the description box down below where you can sign up for the closed beta. It's not going to be an open beta, but if you sign up early, there is a good chance that you'll get access into the beta. The game itself looks pretty solid, and once again, it is a free-to-play game, but of course, they'll add some elements for you to invest into the game. But as far as the base experience, it will be absolutely free-to-play, and once again, the beta will run April 20th to the 22nd. It'll let you go up to level 25, and it'll feature a lot from the game, so definitely give that a look. Sign up for the closed beta, and this is one to keep your eyes on. Next up, for those of you that already own a PlayStation 4, you're probably very excited for God of War, the upcoming PlayStation 4 exclusive, and there is an extensive Q&A over at the PlayStation blog with director Cory Barlog. We'll leave the link to the full interview in the description box down below, so give it a look if you're excited for this game, but we'll go over some of the highlights. First, when he was asked about the game not being what gamers expected, and if he was hearing that a lot, he responded with this. Quote, "Yes, and honestly, that was the response we were hoping to elicit. We wanted, as developers, to flex our imaginations, our brains a little bit more. We wanted to expand this world. We wanted to see what would happen by changing little things and how they would cascade into larger changes." When asked about the different Kratos in the game, he said this, quote, "Honestly, that is my favorite challenge we took on for this. As hard as it is to create a brand new character, it's harder to take a character everyone thinks they know and show a side of him that they don't know, to show a sense of growth and change. I think that's very difficult. From a dramatic standpoint, this is an excellent challenge. He is part villain, part good guy. As we develop through the later games, we realized too late, I think, that, hey, we're not really growing with this. Going into this game, it was very deliberate. I said I really want to see what it would look like for a character like this to change. It didn't necessarily need to be a tectonic shift that suddenly rotates the poles of the earth. It's more about small moves that show this kind of dimensionality, these sort of smaller, subtler moments, which makes people scared too. Kratos, subtler moments, that sounds insane, but it is possible. It's just hard to explain to people, but then when you show them, they say, oh, I totally get this. Again, we'll leave the link to the full interview in the description box down below. It's very interesting, and if you're excited for the game, I would highly recommend to give that a look. The game itself will be releasing on April 20th, and as I've mentioned, there will be 3 different additions to the game, as well as an exclusive PlayStation 4 Pro console, so if you've yet to pick up that console, maybe now's the time to do so with this edition. And lastly, we always like to go over some great deals available, and right now, there's a couple of awesome deals available on very recent games. First up, up, for those of you that have yet to pick up Assassin's Creed Origins, the Day 1 edition is available on Walmart.com right now, and it's down to $29.88. I believe this is the cheapest the game has been, and that is a fantastic price. That's free 2-day shipping on orders $35 and over as well. So you'll have to add something on. If I were to recommend something, I should mention that Walmart.com has also got South Park: The Fractured, but hold down to just $19.88. That's a ridiculous deal, considering that game just released in October of last year, but it has been rocketing down in price. I thought it was a pretty good game, so kind of surprising on that end. But AC Origins is $29.88, South Park: The Fractured but Whole is $19.88. Call of Duty World War II is also discounted to $39.88. That's a solid price. And a deal that's been more available recently, Monster Hunter World is once again down to $44.99, and you'll get free 2-day shipping with this at Walmart.com because it is over $35. That's a great deal on one of the most content-filled games of the year. I can say that without the year being up. This is a game that is going to keep you busy for a very, very long time. And yes, while this isn't a super big discount, just 25% off, Monster Hunter World is easily worth that $60 base price, and getting any sort of discount on it makes it even more worth it. Finally, I do want to give one mention to a discount available over on Newegg. Dissidia Final Fantasy NT is on sale with the use of a promo code. The price is down to $35, and that's a pretty cheap price considering that this game actually released after Monster Hunter World, and it's already down to $35. Now, as far as quality goes, I would say that Monster Hunter World is without a doubt the better game. Dissidia Final Fantasy NT is a pretty fun game, especially if you've been a longtime fan of the Final Fantasy franchise. I can see the shortcomings with the game. I don't think they're at the quality levels of the PlayStation Portable titles, and honestly, saying that might sound like a huge turnoff. A PlayStation 4 game isn't up to the quality of a PSP game. Well, the reason being is that the PlayStation Portable games had way better single-player components to them. This one really doesn't have a quality single-player mode to it, so that is a little bit unfortunate, but the combat itself is solid, and if you just want a lot of fan service out of a game, and if you're a big Final Fantasy fan, at the price of $35, I'd say it's a pretty solid pickup. So that is going to conclude this video. Let us know your thoughts. What do you think about Defiance 2050? Are you going to check out the closed beta? We'll leave the link where you can sign up in the description box down below, so give that a look. As always, let us know your thoughts on God of War, and make sure to check out that Q&A with director Cory Barlog as well. That'll be in the description box too, and make sure to give a look at all of those great deals. Once again, Assassin's Creed Origins is down to $29.88, South Park: The Fractured but Whole is down to $19.88. We've got Call of Duty World War II for $39.88, Monster Hunter World is down to $44.99, and Dissidia Final Fantasy NT is down to just $35. So all of those are pretty solid deals. Sound off with your thoughts in the comments section down below. Thank you for watching, and goodbye.